Here in Uruguay, there are several natural paradises which I've personally visited. Cabo Polonio, Valle Iren, Quebrada de los Cuervos, Villa Sarana, Balizas, and then there's several others. And all of these places are just spanned with beautiful beaches, thousands of bird species, really fertile soil, pure air, native forests, and pristine rivers. And in Villa Sarana, I went to a seminar on modern environmental risks facing Uruguay as a country today. And at that moment, I was unaware that there were several foreign companies that were planning a massive mining project for the same region as this town. We personally didn't know that there were millions of acres planted with chemically altered soy, and that the fumigation of these crops resulted in the extinction of several local species. That for miles and miles there were eucaliptus trees planted to support paper mills, all of which its products would be sent to first world countries to support first world economies. These projects, which are run by companies such as RTI and Botnia, are not only too big for such a small country like Uruguay, but they're too big for countries such as the United States and as Canada. Is it necessary to sacrifice so much fertile land only to produce soy, to have the profits and benefits go to first world nations at the risk of contaminating all the water source in Uruguay that the children of this country drink? Is it possible that the world governments and politicians permit these actions? Does anyone believe that the villages and its people profit from these projects? Isn't there something wrong with this entire system, with this entire idea? The governments of first world powers are insatiable. They always need more than what they have so that their economies keep growing. And does anyone know the limits of that growth? And what are the limits of emerging economies such as China? It's a suicide for humanity, and it's also the suicide for the planet, because Earth doesn't have the resources to satisfy so much desire. They convince us to consume, not because it's necessary, not because it makes us happy, but to collaborate in their system of destruction for the benefits of a few multinationals and its board members. For those of us who already live the American dream, living in a place of peace and nature is the new dream. It is the new dream of the world. Know that northern countries have changed their ideals and progress to have its environment intact and untouched, like we have here in Uruguay. They have already destroyed and contaminated their own natural environments, and the damage is completely irreversible. They don't let companies contaminate their own water source or pure air, and their lands are maintained and healthy. They don't let multinationals rob their future. Herman told me that the 10th of May there will be a large protest in defense of Uruguay's water and land. I personally won't be in Montevideo on that date because I must return to pursue my acting career, but in heart and soul I'll be present, hoping that the peaceful fight in defense of Uruguay and its lands and the lands of many other countries will spread in the coming years into the rest of the planet. Thank you, Uruguay, for teaching me so much, and thank you for the memorable experience.
Luego el calor, movimiento, luego gota de sudor que se hizo vapor, luego viento que en un rincón de La Rioja movió el aspa de un molino mientras se pisaba el vino que bebió tu boca roja en la mía, la copa que gira en mi mano, y mientras el vino caía supe que de algún lejano rincón de otra galaxia el amor que me darías transformado volvería.